Right, so good afternoon. What I wanted to do in this session was just quite simply recover what we're covering in theory now. Sometimes it just makes it a little bit easier to actually see what you're working with. On the top in front of you, I've set out the kit that I've got. I've said this in theory and I'll say it a million times. Your choice of equipment is personal. The stuff on the top in front of you is the stuff that I use on a daily basis. It's stuff that I'm comfortable with, and it's just things that I enjoy using. So what I want to think about first is in the first part of your workbook, we talk about preparation. Preparation is the key to safety, and especially living in the world that we live in post COVID-19. You're going to have to absolutely stick to rules and regulations. To be honest, as you go through the Barbering Academy at Preston's College, I am very, very strong and strict about the way that you look after your tools and equipment. I very much adhere to the standards set by the awarding organisation that we work with. And you sometimes may feel that I'm being OTT, you may sometimes feel that this isn't what I see going on in the industry, this isn't what I see at the barbers that I go to. That's absolutely fine and dandy, but what I will say to you is whilst you are in our academy, you will adhere to the standards that I set, and you will do the following. You also need to be aware that if you do not follow standards and you do not follow the things that you're supposed to do at college during your training courses, that can affect your assessment. There's quite a lot. As assessors, we're given lists of things that are all classed as health and safety, and again you may think, oh, I go to the barbers and I see that and that and that, but why can't I do it? Well, it's all about getting you into bad habits. Don't get into bad habits, get into good habits from a very, very early stage, and make sure that the cleanliness of your tools and the fact that you're cleaning and sterilising your tools regularly is the thing that you need to do. It needs to be the basis of what you do. So your preparation before you even start your day is obviously you. You need to be clean, you need to be fresh, freshly showered, fresh clean clothes, looking clean and tidy, to be honest. I don't care what your vibe is, your vibe can stay the same. You still got to be clean. There's nothing worse than somebody who has body odour or just had a cigarette or whatever that may be. You'll learn that things like that can very, very quickly be very off-putting for clients, and they can actually lose your clients. So just be aware of how you look. I've said this before and I'll say it again, you are selling you. Okay, so once you've done that, obviously your preparation of you is that you've got the correct personal protective equipment on. Again, post corona or post COVID-19, this is going to be massive, and at the moment we're still waiting for legislation and guidance to come through from the government, which will come and we will cover when it does happen. But in the meantime, you need to be clean, you need to have the correct PPE, you need to have your nails clean at a decent length. If you've got the girls, ladies, if you've got talons and extensions on your nails, they've got to be manageable. You don't want to be taking somebody's eye out with them. Be ready to greet your client with a smile and ready to go for the day. Moving on to your client, obviously your client care is making sure that they've got the correct PPE. Again, it's all going to change, so we'll cover that when it does. So gowns, neck tapes and the whatever else is required. Obviously, before you even sit your client down, your work area must be clean and sterilised. And you should, whether it's post-COVID or not, you have been taught that this is the way that we go through every single client. You do not put a client on a dirty workstation. You do not use dirty tools. You clean and make sure you clean and disinfect or sanitise and disinfect and sterilise, and make sure that your equipment is clean. Make sure you've got enough equipment. This is going to be the massive thing. One comb, one pair of scissors and one pair of clippers is not going to see you through your day-to-day work. Okay, so make sure that all your equipment is electrically checked. So if you've got all your electricals, make sure that they're checked. And basically that is going to be the stop of this little segment. Whilst we're just looking at it, there are different things that I'm going to talk you through. Again, I'm just recapping on what we've already done and covered. Okay, so just whilst you're looking at it, and you've probably been looking at it thinking, why is she showing us a picture and we can't see her, on the unit we've got corded detailers, corded clippers, we've got cordless clippers, we've got cordless detailers, there are a pair of foils, TS1 foils, there's fades, there's Pro Lee, which are my clipper of choice, but we've also got the rotary ones, which are a little bit slower. They're cool running, really good for when you're first starting off. And you know what? To be fair, a really good bit of kit to have in your kit bag. Definitely makes a difference. Okay, so looking at all that, on the next segment of video, I'm going to talk to you about just making sure that you understand which is which, and that obviously when you're first starting out, when I tell you to go and get something, and I'm obviously then going to start talking to you about what tools you use for what. So I'll see you in a little while.